Hey, what is up, Voice community? It's your host again for another episode here at Voiced Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. So, if you're a creator and business owners, we're always trying to feature and create a platform for other voices, whether you're a creator, a leader, or someone who's building something that we think that should be vocalized. And I have a friend here who is actually I've been fortunate enough to link up with because he literally lives and is leasing right across me. So if you hear someone making some dope beats and singing along to, he is the guy. He is a producer. He is an artist. He is a psychotherapist. And he's actually if you're hearing this right now and it sounds nice, it's because he helped me set up like a little bit of the production and post-production aspects so I can make the experience better for all the listeners. So Plan, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Yo, thank you so much. Thank you for welcoming me, and I'm here right now on The Voice now. Shout out to everybody.
I know.
Shout out, Charles. Thank you for having
of course,
me.
of course, man. A creator, the creator. You know, I've always admired how sometimes you're working later than me. sometimes it's a little competition, huh?
Yeah, it's a little yeah. Actually, last night I'm with somebody, my friend, my old friend.
I did hear that. You guys were watching a little show or something?
Yeah. Because to be honest, we're actually. He's asking me for like advice, consulting about how to make business because right now he's having trouble with his work. So I was like, you know what, you gotta start doing your own business, because people can fire you in a snap, in a heartbeat. But being an owner, it's a different vibe. It's like you own it, But the challenge right here is that you can't have the luxury of sleeping, relaxing, because you're the one managing everything.
For sure.
So it's really difficult, but he said like he's ready because I think people doesn't understand that desperation is power. When you become desperate, you wanted to do something more, because when is the last time you don't have any money that you wanted to get more money, because you're desperate, and being a desperate person is having a power to do everything that you wanted to do.
There's definitely a sense of urgency.
Yeah, the force.
Creating for that, for someone that is with everything to gain and almost nothing to lose.
True.
That's almost the reason why I went full time on my business. My finances weren't set up properly where I could quit for the next 6 months. I wish it could be like that, but there was a calling, and I met a bunch of people that said, hey, you need to burn the bridge or burn the boat. And by this year, I decided to do that so I can take it on and figure out myself if I was capable. I mean, worst case scenario, I can always go back, and saying, hey, at least I did it and I earned a skill.
True. Facts.
So let's dive into your story, Plan. I mean, it seems like I know you've been a business owner for yourself for the past few years, and you're a recording artist. Yeah. Let's dive into a little bit of your background. For anybody listening, give us a little bit of background about who you are and what you do right now.
I grew up in the Philippines. I was born in the Philippines, and I was studying Bachelor of Fine Arts major in painting. And back in the day when I was 7, my parents get separated. So I was living on my own since I was like 12 or 11, But since I was 7, I was like working already, I was selling kakanin. It's like a food in the Philippines.
What is it called?
Kakanin. It's like kakanin. It's
like nuts?
Yeah. It's a rice with coconut, sweet coconut on top. And
does it get hard?
I think so, yeah. And then I sell ball pen. I sell paper. I actually do gambling when I was young because I need to earn some money. When I was in high school, I was like, I was jealous because some of the kids are like a varsity on the school when they get allowance. So I was like, I need money so much, so I need to join some, like martial arts club or something like that. So I become a taekwondo artist. So I won my first bronze and my silver, and at the same time I'm earning like 3,000 peso every month.
Wow!
Because they have this.
And this was in the Philippines?
Yeah, in the Philippines.
What part of the Philippines were you in?
It's in Manila, in San Juan.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and then after that, when I was in college, I kind of like I developed some skills because I'm part of a choir. So I developed some skills in singing and dancing. So while in college, I'm paying for 500 pesos. It's almost like $20. That's my tuition fee. My tuition fee in the Philippines when I was in college. It's a university. And and I was actually hustling. I'm a singer at night in a bar, and I'm doing comics because I draw, and then I teach martial arts. So basically, most of those money that I collect, I actually spend it on myself.
Wow.
So it's just that. And before I reached 21, I moved here. My dad was like, you know what, I want you guys to be here because I think it's American dream. So I've been here, and I was working right and left. I'm super it's really hard to explain, but really dedicated and passionate to be successful. And then one day I was like working because I used to be a bouncer in Ventura. And then one of my friends, like my coworker, he was so depressed, and he said like, you know what, my wife just left me and I was on the bridge. I'm not gonna mention the name because it's confidential. And then he was like, I'm trying to end myself, but I was reading this book, and then I texted her, I called her, and then she didn't respond, and I just figured out that she doesn't care about me. And I was like, shit, if I can actually, help people to actually tell them, and because words are powerful. There's only certain words that affects people. Like if you say you know what, maybe something blah blah blah, and then I was like, I want to be that guy. Like I can change someone's perspective, someone's life just being by talking, And I see these people in YouTube like Tony Robbins, a lot of guys. Like I was like, I want to be like that. And then around 2016. I was like, or 2015, late 2015, I was like, I need to be like this. So when I studied master in hypnosis, as a master hypnotherapy, I was like looking for academy and stuff like that. I found online, and it's based on UK, in UK, and then in something like that. Yeah. So after that, I keep studying, and I was like, you know what, I wanna I wanna help people.
Nice.
So now I start doing seminars and stuff like that. So by 2017, after 1 year and a half, I created my own business, the Mary States. Mary means happy. And then state is like state of mind, so happy mind, happy thoughts, So it was called Mary State. Sometimes people were calling or message my website. It was like, Mary, are you available? I'm not Mary. My name is not Mary. My name is Harvey, actually. But people call me Plan. So by that being said, it's just it takes some time. But now I'm here helping out people. Nice. I managed to help it's not bragging, but I help almost 1,000 plus individuals, especially couples, people with anxiety, depressions, people who has problem with their family. But my specialty is love, couples, because our marriage rate in America, especially in California, is super low. The divorce rate is high. It's almost 71%.
And it's increased too.
Yeah, it's 60. It's I don't know. It's too much. The weight is too much. People just getting divorced left and right. So I was like, damn, we need to stop this. I don't know what's going on, but because people doesn't understand that in California, in America, especially here in our state, people are super individualistic.
Right.
Like if you're not helping me out, if you're not providing me something, or you don't have any benefit from me, I gotta cut you off. It's something like that. So I was doing that, and luckily I'm still here, and still helping people out. Friends, families, mostly. People. I have one, client. He's a celebrity, and one model. But it's just what's that? Confidential. But other than that, I love helping people out. Thank you, Charles, for having me here. It's a good thing, that I'm sharing a lot of stuff to listeners. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be valuable as well, especially as someone who is a therapist who's helping other people out. I'm sure there's a couple of other information out there that I think that would be helpful for other listeners as well, right? I mean, you deal with people with problems on a day-to-day life. We've talked about handling stress. We talked about even for ourselves, how do we handle stress on our ends, But at the same time, you're also an artist. Talk a little about that. What kind of music do you do, and how'd you get involved with that?
Yeah, I used to be this is really difficult to say, but before I become a master hypnotherapist and have a degree in applied psychology, I used to be an activist when I was in college, because human rights is really a big thing in the Philippines, and there's a lot of killings, and because people are trying to, protect themselves, their property and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm fighting for farmers back in the day, and I'm a rapper, in the
Right.
name of El Pinas. El means in Hebrew it says to God, so Pinas is like Filipinas,
Oh,
so
Filipinas, yeah.
exactly. So Filipinas to God, something like that.
Interesting.
So in my name, El Pinas, I was performing in every stage of
that was your
Manila.
artist name?
Yeah, that's my
Oh,
artist
shit.
name, my rapper name, and I'm the first progressive, not progressive, but like activist rapper in the Philippines that actually perform in different stages, and because the crazy thing is like every time I perform, after I perform, I actually change clothes because police is like looking around, watching around, and they're looking like, who's this dude? And back in the day, when you're an activist, they actually abduct you and kill you, something like that. So extrajudicial killing is a big thing in the Philippines. So
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
justified. I
it's-
mean,
yeah.
they've stopped it now.
Yeah, they
but I mean,
stopped
I'm
it
sure
now.
they do it
Yeah,
behind
but
the scenes still,
back
right?
in the day, it's crazy, and I was like, I mean, this is dangerous, but if I can help, my country, and so be it. I mean, I can hide. I can still hide. I mean, what am I gonna do? Like, there's not, because information is everything. People will kill for information. People will die for information. People will do everything for the information. And when you have this information, the knowledge becomes, something that's very important. It becomes a treasure,
Right.
And having those knowledge is actually affecting your lifestyle, your life. And then from that point on, I was rapping on the stage, but when
People
I moved
loved
here,
you for your message.
yeah, because especially my fans are not students. My fans are actually workers, middle class people, like farmers and stuff like that. So I was like, when I moved here, it's a different story. I was like, I'm not helping us anymore. I start like doing my own productions, and so now I'm known as Plan Motiff, because now I sing. I sing, kind of like rap. Trying to be on the social media now. Like, I was like telling everybody, like, that's me, the guy that you listened back in the day on the stage. That's me. But some people was like recognizing me. I know this dude. So it's that you? Like, yeah, that's me when I was in college, and that's fascinating because, I mean, when people recognize you, it feels good.
Right.
Yeah, it feels good. And that's a good thing. So from that point on until now, I'm still doing rap music, producing music. I was featured in Gaza. I was featured in Canada, because there's a lot of artists that's, because of the connection, like I have people like, rapping on my beats, it's crazy. There's
That's
a lot
cool.
of, connection right there.
So, with your previous alias name or brand, even in the past, with what you're doing now through your music, would you say it's about the same, or you're writing about something else differently?
I'm writing something differently right now.
Okay.
I'm rapping about life. I'm rapping about love stories and stuff like that.
I feel like you do make a lot of love songs. So
Yeah, because my target right now is mainstream, because mainstream is all about love. It's the major thing in human life is love. When you go to high school, college, it's all about love, because people doesn't understand. When you're in elementary school, I don't know if we have elementary school right here in America, but in elementary school they teach you how to be polite. They teach you resilience. When you're in high school, they teach you how to to like connect, try to have friends, try to have fun, try to value life. But in college, I figure out that I realized like the college life is teaching you how to interact more with people that you think it's going to benefit your life. So one of this day you will see like this kid is rich. I mean, this guy has a dad that's actually a millionaire. And then you will realize that like in high school I don't even know shit. I just wanna have fun. I just want to study. I want to be, because being a top of the class is like, it's like it's taking away the luxury of working harder, because I'm already top of my class when I was in high school. So why should I try more?
Right.
So basically, like, I don't, for me, in high school you should have fun. Just have fun. In college, just do your best. Communicate, interact, spend more money. To the right people, because when they see you're generous, they will actually like talk to you again. Because in reality, people respond to the people that they have benefits. So
For sure.
if I gave money to these people or give them some attention, because now people know, probably 80% of people now, I'm just quoting, not actually, I'm not right about the percentage, but I'm saying, like, now people understand that the currency right now is all about attention. The more attention you get, that's your currency. You know?
100%. Yeah, dude, I'm
Yeah.
big on that, especially
Yeah,
as someone who
because-
does marketing.
Yeah, because if you don't have the right connection and you don't have the right attention, it's just, you're nobody. Because the more that, if you're known by this guy, it's like, it's if, can I say this?
Yeah, you can
So
cuss.
it's like a drug dealer or somebody who
Oh, I thought you
actually,
cuss.
it's like, or people in a syndicate thing, like, I just say, like, underground stuff. Like, when you need something like out of this world, like something that normal people can't provide, you're the guy that will actually say, I know a person. When you need something, ask me. I know a guy.
Yeah, because you got the
You
plug.
have the connection, and you need to be something like that. You need to be somebody like that, because having the connection is actually a benefit for you, not for you, but
It's leverage.
yeah, it's a leverage.
So
like a
so
big,
so going back into your music with love,
Yeah.
right? This is why you pivoted to this direction, right? Because
Yeah.
you wanted to be able to cater to a more larger variety. But
Yeah.
even then, like, I mean, I imagine that you're creating music like this because you also create context from
Yeah.
your conversations with your clients.
True, actually, because every love story is different, but it's actually, I mean, every weight, like every pain, every story of every relationship is almost the same. People doesn't understand it. It's almost the same. It's just that
What do you mean?
the way we react to it. It's
Mm.
just the way we actually see, or the challenge that we're facing on. It's like you have a problem with your socks. It's not the same. It's the same as like what shirt are you going to use? It's like it's just the same, but the thing is, like it's a different element. But if you actually, that's why I realized that meditation is very important, because it gives you peace of mind. Because,
yeah.
because it gives you the ability to think better, and the ability to actually comprehend the situation, because situation is big. It's everything.
Right.
In life, it's situational thing. Like right now, we're on the situation. What you're gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
That's why people will say, like, I'm not, like, people will say, like, why are you mad at this guy, or why you're saying these things no, I'm not mad on this guy, I'm not mad on this person, I'm mad on the situation, the action, like, just like that. And people will always say, like, because I mean, relationship is big. Everything is relationship. Family is relationship. Your wife, your girlfriend is relationship. Work
for
is
sure.
relationship.
Yeah, relationship is very important.
Very important. And it's part of the society. It's part of the economy, the ecosystem. Even
Right.
bullying is part of ecosystem. It teach people how to be resilient. Like, people doesn't understand the concept. It's big. It's like it's.
Well, you get canceled nowadays, so
No, I
like
know. Oh my God,
the
it's
idea
crazy.
behind bullying is no longer tolerated.
Yeah, that's why like when I was invited to different podcasts, and then they always like, what's your take on this kind of thing, especially on like I told you, right, about gender stuff like that, politics. I don't want to talk about that, because I mean, can I say this? Like, it's a dirty field, Like,
it can get cloudy, it can get
yeah,
muddy.
because people have different perspective, and people have different, like, our brain has different boxes, especially women. They have different emotions, like people, the scientists will say like, you're preset. You already have 400 emotions in your head. So when people say like, oh, you're gonna change because of your environment or influenced by other people, no, you're already going to be like that. You're predestined to be like that because in your DNA you already have 400 emotion on your, or like characters on your head that you're gonna do. But in reality, it's just that guys are like an empty box. Well, women have different boxes. Like it's really hard to explain, but it's just the concept is super natural. Like we can look at the ceiling and just not think of anything. But women and like that, women will talk to you like, hey, what's wrong with you? Like, and I was like going, I'm going to say like, no, there's nothing wrong with me. But you're thinking like, no, I'm not thinking. I'm just looking at the ceiling. Like, it's gonna start a conversation, But
typically, I think more females are more complex.
Yeah. But because of that, like, I mean, I can't say stuff that. Because people are sensitive nowadays.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's very sensitive, and because of that, I'm trying to be more careful.
For sure.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little about how, like, I mean, as a psychotherapist, you studied neuro-linguistic programming.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that look like on a day-to-day basis when you're going when you're working with a client? Like, how do you help them resolve a problem? Like, can you give us a situation without identifying the person? So just like.
Yeah. So when people contact me, people are typically shy. They're embarrassed to say this. They're like, are you be able to talk and stuff like that? So this is like the process. I was like, because you can only search me. I don't offer my service. You can search me, you can look it up, or people by mouth, like, I know somebody who actually do this. It's private, People doesn't understand this. Being a therapist, back in the day, is a taboo. Like, if you're going to meet your therapist, it's a different vibe. It's like,
for sure,
you're crazy. You're like, you have mental.
You have mental health problems.
Yeah.
Are you mentally ill?
Yeah, you're mentally ill. But nowadays, it's different.
It's normalized.
It's normalized, and it becomes a luxury. Like, before you decide something, like, let me talk to my advisor first. Let me talk to my therapist first.
Right.
It becomes a luxury now. Like, people only with money, people with high, they call
resources.
themselves resources, and people like, I always want to have a peace of mind, because peace of mind now is a luxury. So to be able to have that, you need somebody to help you. And now people were gonna talk to me, will find me or by mouth. And then, are you free to talk? Yeah. Is it your first time? Are you recommended? And then when I talk to them, I'll give them like 15 minutes free session. But because people doesn't understand, my profession, because we have a reputation of one-time therapy, So if you have a problem right now, you have a situation, you have difficulties in life right now. If I talk to you after this therapy session, you're done. You're good.
Yeah.
People, they don't get it. So
unless they pay for more sessions, right?
Yeah, because they will only come back if they have more problems. So, like, for example, another client of mine, like, I'm coming back. I'm gonna talk to you like next week. Like, for what reason? Like, I'm having issue with my work. I have to release. Now it becomes, they love that, having somebody and that they can talk to, and I become their personal bank, not bank of money, but personal bank
Mental
of
health
memories.
bank.
Yeah, because I have a book where I write their issues and their improvement, their development. And then, it was like, I was telling them, back in the day, you're like this, and I'm telling them their improvement. I was like, I know, right? Like, your words, like, because, like me,
the way they handle things
way they handle things is different now. I was actually talking to this woman who actually almost have a divorce, because she can understand her husband and stuff like that, and they're almost, fighting every single day, to the point that they're cursing each other. And I was like, they can't understand. People will say, maybe the language of maybe because
the love
language or something like that.
Styles of communication,
style of
right?
communication. But sometimes you don't have to react. It's just that when it's you, you can control things that surrounds you, things that will going to influence you, but you can control yourself.
Oh, for sure. I was just talking
how are
about
you going to react on those things?
Right,
you know?
right.
I mean, it's just not that. It's just there's a lot of factors to be considered to be able to actually, help yourself. Like we have extrinsic, intrinsic motivation, like to do things. And when I was talking to them, they're telling me at first we're just sitting down. Like just sitting down, and then all of a sudden they're gonna start talking. Some people actually, when they open the door on my office, it's in the morning office from 7 to 1. It's office from 2 to 7. It's become a studio. So when they open the door, they start like crying. So I have my tissue, like start crying. Like, do you want Diet Coke? They start crying, and I have this biggest issue. Think about this. People are so sensitive right now. If you say something bad, they become so depressed they want to kill themselves. That is so crazy. Think about it. Like, he's not talking to me anymore. I just want to kill myself. Like, what? Because
what's your thought process behind those self-destructive thought processes? Yeah. And what do you like? How do you help people out like that?
Yeah, because see, when you're self-destructive, it's like you're sabotaging yourself. People will going to ask me, I don't know my purpose, man. What's my purpose? You're a therapist, you're psychotherapist, Like, to be honest, I don't
know your purpose.
But I will tell you that this is the thing that I want you to put on your head, like every single person that's listening to this. If you don't know your purpose, then you have one purpose right now. Your purpose is to live. Because just keep on living. Because one day, while you're living right now, your one purpose in life is to live. Make sure you live. Even if it's difficult and challenging, live. Because one day, while you're living, doing your shit, you will find your own purpose. Because right now, I'm giving you a purpose to live. Just focus on that. And one day, you will find your own happiness in your own purpose. Because people will find passion on anything. People will say, love yourself. No, I don't recommend love yourself. You know who's the first being who loved himself and then now outcasted? It's Satan. It's not promoted. Like ask any therapist, ask any psychotherapist, ask any psychiatrist if they promote self-love. We don't. We don't. We don't.
Why not?
Take care of yourself.
That's very okay. So take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself every single time because you love yourself too much, you become self-centered. That's the product of that, and you become like, I love myself too much. I don't need company.
So would you say that they start to create a lack of accountability?
Yeah, because in reality, if you just take care of yourself, love will manifest outside because love's supposed to be given. You give your love.
So what does this taking care of yourself look like?
Yeah, take care of yourself by making yourself healthy, making yourself better, socializing, making yourself knowledgeable. That's taking care of yourself, making sure you're aware of what's going on your surroundings. So when you're taking care of yourself, you'll be able to love people. You see, even I'm very, very religious. It will say, love your neighbors. Think about that.
Right.
Love your neighbors. Like love your parents. Like love the people around you. Because when you do that, you will receive something. To be able to get love that you need, that you want, you gotta send love somewhere else. You gotta send love to the forest. Send love to the people, to the whatever. Send it. To be able to receive love. You don't give love to yourself because love is a luxury too, That's why God loves you. Jesus loves you.
Yeah.
Somebody will provide that to you, And you don't have to do it for yourself. Take care of yourself. By taking care of yourself, having good emotional health, being knowledgeable, having, that's why you one of these days you will find somebody to take care of you, love you and stuff like that. Your family will love you better.
So in essence, you taking care of yourself through the little details is actually what's going to give you the self-love for yourself.
Take a shower, dress nice, feel good. That's why we have this saying, if you look nice, if you feel good, if you look good, you feel good.
Feel good.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have that saying. So basically, we don't recommend those things, but it's a taboo because nowadays, because Hollywood, hey, California, blah blah blah, they're promoting self-love. Because having a self-love, that's satanic. You know, like it's like just being yourself. Being yourself, like now you're just, I don't like this guy. You know, I love myself more. You know, like who are you? Like I love. It's just like that. It's just promoting. I don't know.
So to me, it seems like the definition of self-love and take self-care to you is two different things.
That's why it's two different words. The reason why I'm telling this because when I was in college, I was almost converted to Satanism. Because,
shit.
Yeah, because they're teaching self-love, you know, and I'll be honest, that is crazy, man. Even in Hollywood, they will tell you that. Every single time they're promoting self-love. Oh, love yourself, blah, 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 blah. Even Justin Bieber will say, like, oh, love yourself more. Like, no. Take care of myself. I will take care of myself. I have a job. I eat nice. You know, I go somewhere else. You know, I treat myself with good food. I dress nice. You know, I go to the gym. I feel good. You know,
nice.
I'm nice. You know, but love. You need love. I'll give you love. What do you want? You know, I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. You know,
sure,
like
Keanu
Reeves says, because to be a lover, you need to be a fighter. You know, something like that. So I was like, you know, I give you love. How much love do you want? I'll give you everything. You know, but to be able to give. You know, to be able to receive love, you have to give. You know, that's, you know, it's just like that. That's the concept.
So would you say that a lot of people right now, based on your experiences with your clients as well, or even just people in general, are self-centered?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say...
Because they're focused on a lot of things for themselves?
See, here's the thing, though. Like I said, like, information is vital, you know? Information is vital, and people are crowded with information. There's a lot of information out there. Everybody can access internet now.
Yep.
You know, where did you get your facts? You know what I'm saying? Where did you get your facts? You know, tell me where did you get your information? You know, oh, this cult, like something like that, blah 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 blah. Well, the thing is, like, you know, people doesn't understand yet. You know, that's what you call human condition. People doesn't understand that people have different approach in life. People have different habits. People have different lifestyle, and people doesn't understand. That doesn't know that they're actually loving themselves too much. You know, they love themselves too much that they hate people. They hate being around with people. They hate. I mean, it's an easy concept.
It's from what I'm hearing is that the concept that you see through self-love is that people are actually becoming
obsessed with themselves.
Obsessed with themselves to the point where it's not as actually constructive towards society.
True, because you know they always. See, people will always change the terms. Taking care of yourself means love nowadays. You're not loving yourself, you're just taking care of yourself. You know? It's just that they removed the word scare and put love on it because it's more powerful. Because love is powerful. People doesn't understand that. The word love is powerful, you know? But it's just take care of yourself. You're gonna slash yourself. Is that love? Is that, you know, no, take care of yourself. Why are you gonna... You know, bruise yourself. Take care of yourself. That's why when you're a kid, your mom, your parents will tell you, take a shower, groom yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now they change the terms. No, you gotta love yourself. No, it's not. Take care of yourself because that's the right term. You know, because when you take care of yourself, you're ready. You're ready for the society. You're ready for the challenge. You're ready for everything. You know, you're ready to love somebody. You're prepared. You know, even Christ. He took care of himself, you know. So I mean, I'm sorry if it's, you know, if I'm going to offend people, you know, because
you're the one who said that I didn't want to offend people and get
right?
political.
So basically, I mean, I don't want to be politically incorrect.
Hey, honestly, bro, the platform is for you to share your thoughts.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I share people with here is that they listen here with different voice, with intent to better see different perspectives in life. And you know, I always tell people when you listen to these podcasts, take it with a grain of salt. Shit, for all I know, I'm being subjective with the way I interview people. Yeah. You know? So as far as that end, right? Like you make love songs, right? What are some of the things that that you're putting out that, like, why is this so much of a passion for you? Like, you could have just been a business owner and helping people out. You've also we'll tap into that as well.
Well, the reason behind that is because
I guess the bigger question I wanted to before you move forward, just to clarify, is how do they complement each other? You know, you've been in business for a while, right? And then you've also become an artist. Is that like your outlet, or is it because it's something that is like a part of you?
People doesn't understand. I'm always saying people doesn't understand because actually people doesn't understand that music is a therapy.
Okay.
Yeah. So music actually help people out when they're sad, they're bored, they're brokenhearted. They listen to music. They gravitate to music, and good music is a therapy. You know?
For sure.
Think about this.
It's rhythmic.
Yeah. The Latinos, they love reggaeton. You know. And Friday, Saturday, they're just like, dancing stuff like that, you know.
I started fucking with those songs recently too.
Exactly,
I have a lot of Latino friends.
It's a good thing, you know. And rappers too. They empower themselves. They feel energetic. That's why when you go to gym, right?
Yeah.
So when you go to gym, you listen to music because it empowers you.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, you're actually going into a trance. It's self-hypnosis. Like you're just you gravitate. There's the weight. Like I'm pumped up. Like people on the gym are like you know what I'm saying? Like they're actually like pumped up doing some shit, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I know he's doing something, you know what I'm saying? Like he's listening to the music, and
that's me all the time.
You know, having therapeutic. It's very therapeutic. You know? Music too. I want to help people. If I can't reach you, I can talk to you. My music will help you out. So that's the thing, you know, because music is big. You know, it's wide, bold, and everything. So I like doing music.
So the music for you is your therapist.
Yeah.
And it's your outlet to potentially communicate to other people.
Yeah, facts. That's a fact.
Right, express yourself even.
Yes, facts.
Yeah, and I believe that's a big part too, and that's one of the things sometimes I'll bring on artists in here as well, to express that aspect of creativity, because I feel like as humans, you know, we need an outlet to be able to express our creativity and to create.
True.
Right? Because I mean, that's why you stayed in business.
True.
It's not just the aspect of being your own boss and also making your own income and also having more money, but also because there's an idea of being able to create something from yourself, thus creating that fulfillment.
True.
Right?
Yeah. And to be able to be self-fulfilled is everything.
Yeah.
You know, like you feel like, oh, I'm fulfilled right now. It's like I'm satisfied. You know, sometimes, you know, if I'm satisfied, I feel like that motivates me more. Like, I don't want to be satisfied right now. I need to do more, you know, because I'll be honest, 1 year from now, you're going to look back. You're going to look back and say to yourself, what did I accomplish last year? You know, what did I do? Like, I've been wasting time, you know. People, especially guys who's actually wasting time simping, just chasing around women, stuff like that. Like, one of these days, you guys are going to look back and like, why did I waste so much time? You know, like, why? Like, no, you gotta, right now, build yourself. Believe me, build yourself. Build yourself. Be out there. Do something for yourself. Because one of these days, you know, you can only feel manly when you become successful. It's not about how many things, you can do. You know, learning without mastery is useless.
Right.
So it's not about learning a lot of stuff, or you can do whatever you wanted to do. Like, oh, I can do that. It's not about that. It's how many things you can accomplish. Because at the end of the day, you will feel good when you feel like accomplished. That's why people, like, they're losing purpose in life. It's because
they don't get shit done.
Yeah, they don't get shit.
Well, actually, one of the things that I do believe, and I say this is true for myself because I sometimes lose the confidence, is that confidence is built upon the things that you said you were going to do.
True. You know, when I was learning neuroplasticity, I mean, consistency is everything. You know, in martial arts, and you do martial arts too. They said, I'm not scared to a person who practice, you know, like punching
1,000 kicks.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying?
Right, but you're afraid of the person who has practiced a kick 1,000 times.
Exactly. So it's just like that. So, I mean, you gotta be consistent. One day you will feel like shit. You know, I don't want to do this. I don't want to.
That's me right now. Recently, bro.
Yeah, or you're going to work when you feel like, oh shit, I don't want to go to work because this work sucks. Like, I'm depressed every single time. Like, if you don't feel like, you know, waking up, standing up, going to this thing, you feel shit. Like, no. Here's the biggest advice that I can give to people. Learn the system and take advantage of it. Just learn it.
The system as in like what the government and state has to offer?
Any kind of system. When you learn that, take advantage, because everything has a loophole. Everything has a chink on it. Everything. You will figure that out sooner or later. It's just how are you going to act on it. And it's a big thing, Like people will say like, oh, I'm tired. I don't want... You gotta be consistent.
And even then, because like I'm tired, but I still do this shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just the outlet that doesn't give you the energy,
True. Well, the secret is like actually do small things.
Small things at a time. 1% better.
That's why millionaires will always say this. It's kind of like it's corrupted already. It's too exposed, but it's too simple. They will say, all the millionaires will tell you like, the first thing that you're gonna do, fix your bed. Like, how fixing my bed is gonna help? No, it's because those little success will help you. They don't understand the concept. Those things, I fixed my bed, my room is nice. Voila. And now you're feeling good. Going to the restroom, fixing yourself. Oh, my hair is nice right now. Those little things is very important because you're actually building yourself up, to be able to be ready. Outside of this community and the society, those small things is big, like me, when I decided to be a psychotherapist, it happens because I'm motivated, If I want a motorcycle in 3 months, I'll get it, because, there's a book that I'm going to recommend. It says, The Science of Money.
I've heard of that.
Yeah,
The science of getting, is it? The
science of getting money.
Is it the science of getting rich? No?
Yeah, science of getting rich.
Okay.
Because it's true. When you're, I'm not talking, this is not manifesting and stuff like that. It's all about dedication. You dedicate yourself to one simple goal and get it. You dive into it. And because you're so dedicated, so consistent with that, you're going to get it. If I want a motorcycle, I get it. If I want a studio, I'll get it. If I want a client, I'll get it. Because desperation is power. If you use it on the right context, if you use it on the right purpose, I'm desperate to do this, to bang somebody. No, it's not. You're using it in the wrong way. Be desperate to do good, and
use that.
Exactly.
Use it to a different power.
Exactly. Desperation.
What is it? I think the biggest thing is it's like because we all have emotions, right? We all have emotions on a day to day. We're always gonna have despair. We're always gonna have sadness and loneliness. But one thing that my mentors have told me is it's not about trying to avoid those emotions. It's about channeling those emotions into something else.
Exactly. That's true. That's facts. That's why people are asking me Plan, why you don't want to be rich? Do you just try to be like, no, I don't want to, because I'm happy right now. Because when you're happy, you want to stay, and sometimes happiness is, it's like a cage. But hey, because I'm confident on what I do. This is my field of expertise. I feel like successful when my clients are successful. I feel good when my clients feels good.
Love that.
And those gives me luxury, like, oh wow, I'm satisfied. I feel good, and it gives me, it's like drugs to me. Like it gives me this feeling like, oh, it makes me like
starting to get a little concerned with your references in your plan.
It's like it makes me feel like good, like it feels good, like like when you're happy, makes me happy.
Oh, nice.
Simple like that. And maybe one of these days, if I think like, I want to be rich, something like that, like probably.
I'm pretty sure you could achieve it with the way you think.
Yeah, but it's just I'm not a materialistic person, to be honest. People don't understand, but I'm a minimalist.
Minimalist.
Yeah. I own few things. Like if you go to my room, there's only like bed, one. I mean,
it's so crazy because most Asians in the community are materialistic.
Yeah.
And they might not say it, but dude, like the amount of shit that we hoard.
True. It's because a status symbol.
Yeah.
They wanted to have everything. They feel
and it's not just the Asian community too. It's Americans too.
Yeah, because the reason behind that is this. One of the main reason. They're always thinking ahead. They're always thinking ahead, like futuristic. Like I want you. If you go right here into my house, I want to have everything that you need. It's
to impress you.
Yeah, it's part of the hospitable feeling like.
But I would also say it's also the social status aspect, right?
Exactly.
It's like
Facts. That's facts.
how am I perceived by others?
True.
So that people can, like accept me even better.
Exactly. It's true. It's all connected. People. It's just connected with in everything in every way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy.
So now speaking of things that makes you happy, I want to tap back into some of the things that you've been able to accomplish that you feel that you've been, that you're proud of. Like in your direction, because you've been in this field for a while. What are some of the things that you feel that you felt fulfilled with accomplishing?
And now I'm fulfilled. Right now I'm fulfilled. To be honest, I feel good. I just feel like I need to just do more. Just do more, help more, or just keep myself busy. Because right now the success that I'm looking for, I already found it. I already have it.
That's good to hear.
And people have different definition of success.
Right.
People have definition of success, like for example, like being famous, having fame. Some people getting
Materialistic.
women. Yeah, materialistic thing. People want some house, cars. Me, not being rich, but to be able to be in my own spot. Like I'm right here to what I want.
You're doing what you want.
When you're doing what you want, that's a success for
True.
me.
True.
And from that point on, all I want to do is like making sure that I'm always consistently working and doing something. Because
Making that
if
impact.
I'm not doing that, I will feel empty. Because I feel like I have so much hours. Like we only have 24 hours. Think about it.
Oh man, I wish we had more.
But to be honest, 8 hours you're sleeping, and 8 hours you're going to work, and that's already 16 hours. And now you haven't eat, you haven't taken a shower. There's a lot of things, but in reality, if you can maximize that time, you can accomplish a lot of stuff. And I always think ahead, like I'm turning 34. I mean, I wanna be more, not being a person, but I just wanna like I did this, I did that.
Right,
Like those thoughts. I wanted to have that idea.
And what does more look like to you? So now touching base into that. Like what are you looking forward to doing for yourself and your business?
Right now, I want to have a relationship. I'm looking forward to having a relationship.
Okay.
Probably settle down, and stuff like that. Maybe.
So you're dating a lot right now?
Not right now.
All right, for anybody listening,
I'm not blessed with girls right now, because even though it's funny because I teach dating, it's just
which we'll get into.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Interesting.
It's just that I feel like I don't have the time for that right now, because I feel like if I do that, I can give the me thing, because there's me. Like I can't keep you, I can't love you the way you want to be loved. I don't want to be like that person, Like right now, it's just that people. I think women know this, that guys will only marry their girlfriend or their fiancé when we feel ready.
True.
And women are always like, oh well, I don't know, maybe he doesn't like me or he doesn't want me like that. So, but nowadays they're getting it. Like we only settle down when we feel ready, and I feel like it's the same thing as going to a relationship. Like when I'm ready, I guess.
That's good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And aside from everything else, is that all that you feel that you're looking forward to in the next couple years?
That's what I'm looking for. Probably more seminar, helping more people. Yeah, I'm gonna be in Arizona once again, but they're still looking for locations.
Gotcha.
But yeah, probably on November in Texas, in Houston. So for the people right there that knows me and waiting for the seminars, I'm gonna be right there. I'm teaching more about self-help and stuff like that. Nice. So I'll see you guys there. Yeah.
What's included in the seminar? Or like what are you teaching?
I'm teaching self-improvement, dating advice, how to control yourself. Actually, it's really big, it's wide, it's actually a lot of things because everything is connected. You know, when you handle yourself, it's everything connect. It's
right.
It's a lot of things. So self-healing too, there's a lot of things that going on in our body like people doesn't understand, you know, how to deal with people, bullying, how to actually communicate with.
And you're doing all this seminar, or are you doing it with groups of other people?
There's a lot of there's like probably like 5 more people who's going to like speak and stuff like that. So I'm one of the person who's going to speak. And I teach sales, how to sell more by talking, self-hypnosis, hypnosing. Yeah, there's a lot of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. So talk to us a little about what you got here.
Yeah. So So I have. So I have this. I just finished this thing. How to get a girlfriend. So can I show it?
Yeah. We can show it to this camera here. The big one.
Which one?
The middle one.
So I just finished the DVD How to Get a Girlfriend. I was a guest teacher here, and I was teaching people how to. Actually, I did a seminar in San Diego 2 months ago for like an hour and a half, almost 2. And I was teaching how to actually approach women and stuff like that, and saying things that actually more effective than regular, you know, thing that you learn from the streets or some. Because in reality, when a guy, we never been taught to.
Most guys, I mean, you're right.
We're not taught.
I wasn't.
How to deal with
games.
women.
No.
I don't know. There's no games. Like, who's going to teach us how to do games? No.
I mean, my dad and my half brother was never vocal about it, so game was something I had to learn on my own.
Is you gotta figure out yourself. But if there's a handbook, damn, every guy is probably like jumping.
But it's always different, you know. There's a lot of
different.
There's a lot of people now that's doing this. Give me a second, real quick. Later. Sorry about that.
Some people, you know, people have different approach. Women have different, you know, the way they absorb things is different too.
Yeah, I gotta ask, why DVD? I mean, you could have offered some people like, you know, courses.
You know, it's good because the thing is like, I'm always traveling.
Okay.
So, it's DVD. This DVD is a course actually.
So can people access that online?
Yeah, actually, this is only a face. You're not actually getting a DVD. You know, you're actually getting a USB or a link.
Gotcha.
Because I'm an old school. You know,
I love it.
Having this is actually an explosion in your face. Like DVD, I want to get that. You know? Because there's guys who's older than me who hasn't get laid.
You like tangibles.
Yeah, okay. It's just, you know, like right now.
So that's your marker right now.
Yeah, there's there's a lot of guys out there looking for online course. Like, where can I find this? Where can I find that? But if there's a DVD, you can just wait. Like, you know, it's like.
I'm not gonna lie, like
just I don't know.
Like I'd be pretty ashamed if I haven't gone laid at the age of
think about 40, it. You're joining online dating course, like.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm on the podcast. To be honest,
true, right?
I get on dating apps, and it's not been successful for me. If anybody's asking,
but having this, like, I bought this DVD. It's like you're the only one who knows.
Yeah,
it's like a Bible. Like this DVDs actually hold all the truth.
And what else you got there?
You know, I got this manipulation masterclass. They was released like 2001, 2022. This thing was hold because one of the producers, investors, they said like, you know what, we can't release that because the context, the information is too like dangerous, blah blah blah.
Really?
No, it's not.
What is it?
It's like not all people can comprehend it.
Yeah,
like,
what is it? Talk to us about that one.
Because it's actually helping you how to hypnotize people. You know, just that's it. Like how, like
you mean like saying certain words or
it's
moving differently.
It's actually big. It's bold. It's like you don't have to talk sometimes. It's influence them with different things.
With different facts. Can you give us a little bit of like samples or examples of what you teach in that?
Okay, so I'll give you guys example. Symbols. People are familiar with symbols, right?
Right.
Okay, just this is an example. So for the listeners right here, this is gonna be. I'm gonna give you this trick and just keep it to yourself, please.
I mean, they're listening, sir. It's out there
So,
now, bro.
for example, just I'll give you guys an example.
Right.
Let's use this on a date, on a dating basis. So we'll find a symbol, but the symbol is not coming from you; it's from the person that you're gonna talk to. All right, that makes sense.
Right.
Okay,
So it's the symbol that they're
gonna
identify.
give it to you. Okay, so for example, you're in a club and you met this girl. All right, and then you're gonna talk to this girl. You know what? I think I like you, but you're not. You're gonna say I like you, but you're not gonna say like, hey, can I date you? No, it's wrong. You know, you're gonna say like, you know, I like you. I think you're attractive. Can we be friends? So when you say you can we be friends, you actually establish these boundaries already. Oh, he's not gonna do anything because he already established that he's going to be just my friend. So now there's no awkwardness. But she doesn't understand that it's just the face. It's a facade. Bogus. You know? So I'm acting a friend, but I'm not actually a friend. So I'm going to talk to this woman, to this girl, like naughty stuff. Like, you know what? You know, what's the color of your panties? Like, you know, something like that, you know? Or what do you do when you're in your free time? You know, how do you pleasure yourself? So while you're talking about that, and then you're going to jump in, and when she answers, oh, what are you talking about? If you can sneak those words, those conversation, you're good. But if you don't, you know, build
So
the comfort
are
first.
you saying by reestablishing a certain set of identity for yourself and then disrupting it with different things that don't identify with that?
Exactly.
It's a way. It's a tactic through
a bait.
neuro-linguistic programming.
Yeah. It's contradicting, but it's just like that. That's why it's seduction. Seduction is in Tagalog. It means pandiligaw. Pandiligaw.
I haven't heard that word in such a long time.
Yeah. Pandiligaw, but in reality, seduction is actually to stray away, to like, you know, like to lure you somewhere else. Seduction is like that, and it's the same way in the Philippines. In Tagalog, it's panliligaw. It's like nililigaw kita. You know, I'll bring you to a different direction. I am a friend, but actually, it's not my intention to be your friend. Because I already established that on the first thing that I liked you and you're attracted to me, but I'm just putting the friend as an act. But I'm not a friend. That's not my intention. My intention is to be your boyfriend. So now I'm putting this small. You have to build comfort first. Talk about family, talk about these 3 magic words like what's your passion, blah blah blah, and then insert this. You know what? You're so hot. How do you pleasure yourself?
I mean, I assume it's not just like for dating as well, right? This is also for like maybe, you know, if you're
business, everything.
Yeah,
that's
business,
why.
Right?
That's why I'm using this right now as an example, because when you grasp and comprehend this information, you can use it everywhere, everywhere else. So when you're talking to her about, like, you know, those naughty stuff, like, oh, how do you pleasure yourself? By eating ice cream, watching movie. Oh, okay. So now now you're getting that vibe. Like, oh, she's comfortable with me. You know, like you watch him. Okay, just sitting down, like just wearing 2-piece, eating
my brain
pizza.
was thinking something else when you said pleasure.
So like from that point on, think about this, and I want you to comprehend this and put it on your head. When she's saying that, and then just ask this a little tiny question. Okay, so what's your favorite thing that you use every single time? Oh, I like chopstick. You know, I can't drive without, you know, my Starbucks. You know, something like that. Like, oh, you like Starbucks? What's Starbucks? Oh, the caramel, blah blah blah. Or you know, I love having my chapstick or my makeup on. Like those items becomes a symbol.
Okay.
Now you're gonna use that, like, okay, so every time, like you're eating ice cream, you feel the pleasure of content, like feeling good. It's like putting your makeup, like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like putting your chapstick on, or like you're just throwing those words every single time she's hearing those words. She associate those words to the pleasure that she's feeling.
Holy shit! So you're saying that if you start to identify their words, you're using it against them to create that emotion.
Exactly. So when she said, like, oh, I feel good when I'm eating ice cream. So, but when I ask her about the item that she's always with her, it's always with her, like makeup, Starbucks. So, you know what, like look at this dude, like, or let's go right here. It's like drinking your favorite Starbucks. So when she heard that, like drinking her favorite Starbucks, she's associating that word like feeling pleasure. Feeling good.
So in a way, you're
exactly.
you're kind of
it's like a boom, mind blown. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Plan, this is kind of dangerous.
It is. That's why it's dangerous. Like when they say like this kind of information is like no, not all people can comprehend that.
Right,
You're
right,
smart.
right.
Some people are smart. Like not
Well,
people.
hopefully, I mean, it was simple enough.
You can use that on business too. Like for example, like what do you do
That's
when
some
you're
intense shit, though. Not gonna lie.
So you're selling cars,
and then you're making it personal. You're asking them about their day-to-day things in life, and now you start mentioning those products or services you're selling to the things that they're pleasuring,
exactly.
About.
So for example, you're selling a car. Like, okay, oh yeah, I'm selling this 2010 Nissan. The Nissan Sentra, it's already have 200,000 miles. But nobody's gonna buy that, right? But he doesn't like that. So I was like, you know what? Okay, so what do you do when you're bored? Oh, I like golfing. You like golfing? What else? Just drink. Drink. You know what? This Nissan is old, but it's like drinking. It makes you feel good. When you drink your favorite cerveza, you'll feel like it's like driving this car. It makes you feel nice. So every time they like looking at that car, like when they like pass by or something like that, they didn't bought it. When they go home, they will think about those cars, like, I should bought that car, like that. Because they're trying to associate those feelings with the car, all you need to do is actually comprehend this information, and from that point on, it's just your free.
That's kind of like hacking people's day-to-day people life, right?
It's just there's a lot of information here that actually is hard to like explain, but those are the things that very very
interesting,
special.
Interesting. So where can people get a hold of your products?
You can actually get this anywhere else. Just search for it. Manipulation masterclass. It's gonna pop up right away on Google, or I'm just gonna
drop the link on.
I'll just drop the link and stuff like that, or you can search it on my website. My website is not actually like fixed. You can search it on Mary States that Wix site. It's a freebie website, but actually when you search Mary States, it's right there.
Okay.
On the Google, it's just right there.
And then for people who want to get connected with you, where can they find you?
Well, you guys find me at Plant vs Zombie in all my social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever, and you can search me on Facebook. I have 2 social media right there, Plant Motiff and Good Brag Pro. I have almost like 30,000 followers and 2,000 followers. Check me out right there and see my content, making beats, making my songs. But in my therapy session, just look at Plant vs Zombie, Mary States.
Nice. Love to hear it, man.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We're pretty much finalizing the last part of this episode for this interview plan. For anybody listening, do you have any other last message that that you want to voice out?
The last message that I'm going to give you to all those listeners out there, if you're listening to me, just keep on walking. It's a simple term. Keep walking. Keep walking, regardless. There's a lot of trash in front of you. There's a lot of problems. Sometimes you don't need to react on that. Don't act on it. Just keep walking.
Right.
Keep walking straight. Regardless. You're having a bad day, keep walking. You're being depressed right now, keep walking. You're stressed, keep walking. Having anxiety, keep walking. Just keep walking, That term, that word is so simple, but it's so simple that it's easy to do.
Right.
Just keep walking,
Love that. Cool. Well, I appreciate you for hopping on this
Thank you, man.
podcast.
I appreciate you, bro.
I enjoyed hearing your story a little bit more. I mean, I got to know a little bit before this thing, but now, like, I feel I know you a little bit more now.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks again, Plan. And for anybody tuning in, thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Thank you.